Signing, tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-8925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease to qualify. Extra charge for miles over 30,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 4:30. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Mom packed your lunches, carpooled like a champ, and never once left you at soccer practice. Pay her back with her favorite cocktails on demand. The Bartesian Cocktail Maker crafts premium drinks at the touch of a button. No mess, no measuring, just bar-quality bliss in under 30 seconds. Skip the flowers, skip the robe. This year, give her something she actually wants.
That's the one.
Get $50 off now through Mother's Day at Bartesian.com/mom. That's BARTESIAN.com/mom.
Roundup Dual Action products rock like a hardcore metal band. This stuff kills existing weeds down to the root, and for an encore, keeps them from coming back for up to 4 months. That's a non-stop 16-week tour of killing and preventing weeds in all the famous outdoor venues, the patio, the driveway, the mulch bed, even along the fence. When it comes to your hardscapes and landscapes, the stuff puts on a show. Roundup Dual Action products kill and prevent weeds for up to 4 months. This stuff rocks. This stuff works. When used as directed, always read and follow pesticide label directions.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
What is the cost of doing nothing? I don't know about you, but these months are the highest power bills of the year, and it's making me think about the years I spent without Solar Source. I'm so glad I finally have Solar Source. I started with the pool-heated solar, and I love it. Thrilled that Solar Source now has a pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at just $99. Want to add the battery backup system for your home? Our pay-as-you-go plan works the same. Start with a small battery that provides critical backup power for your lights and your refrigerator, and then it does all these small loads, and then you could stack them and add more energy as time goes on. It's Solar Source.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Premier Men's Medical Center. 98% of patients see instant results. Call today.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, FUN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. Are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Monday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a good program set up for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening in the world. Deb does that around 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock hour at sports. Brandon Kravitz in. We'll talk Magic basketball. We'll talk Orlando City soccer. Of course, the Shedeur Sanders controversy will come up as well.
Wait, there was a controversy?
5 o'clock hour, it's trivia. Orlando City versus Charlotte FC tickets in there. Also, a little quartet called Metallica. Tickets in there for that as well. 6 o'clock hour, Trey Trinley, TK Law. He drops by to talk, and of course, we'll do You Heard It Here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks, plus 4 opportunities to win $1,000 all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer, Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Find us on social, Instagram, Facebook, at The Jim Colbert Show. On X, just at Jim Colbert Show. And all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out on YouTube as we do this show. You can send us a talk back if you'd like. Grab that iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it, and use that to send your comment over to Jack. Your 3 o'clock keyword is fun, F-U-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Fun, guys. That is your 3 o'clock keyword.
And it would be fun if we finally got a winner.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
I predicted
it would.
one on Friday, and I failed miserably. Trying to send out the positive energy to the prize gods.
Positive vibes.
But somebody out there has done something squirrely in our audience, and we're being punished for it.
You think so?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Well,
we usually, the funny thing is, the last time we did this, we let out with 4 in a row.
I know.
And now we're just getting blanked. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you know, the pendulum swings both ways.
It do. Fun. That is your 3 o'clock keyword. What's that about?
Problem lies with our listeners.
It does. I have no problem saying it.
I can't play. All I can do is give you the word.
That's
and
right.
9 times out of 10, it's the correct word.
We're leading that horse to the trough.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are good odds.
Good weekend, guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Busy weekend.
It was a crazy busy weekend.
I went to 2 soccer games, a basketball game, a radio broadcast, and a birthday party.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
You went to the Magic game last night?
I was.
Very nice. Did you see my kid?
I don't know.
Oh, you did? Leather pants?
Nope. Did not see your kid.
I saw her picture online this morning. I'm like, wow, that's an interesting basketball attire. Black leather pants, a black leather top.
Definitely did not see your kid.
Yeah. She looked amazing.
Yeah.
And then I saw
Better than the game.
Yeah. The funny thing is, the game was actually not bad until the last part of the fourth quarter. I mean, we were right there with 4 minutes left.
Tied at 91.
Yeah. And it's just, we can't shoot the basketball. That's the problem is, the funny thing is, you think you'd have a basketball team we could shoot. The problem is we don't have really anybody that threatens. Like, we don't have a guy where you can put it in their hands and that guy's going to get you a big 3 when you need it. We just don't have that person. And we got good looks at it. We'll talk about that later with Brandon. We got good looks. We just did not get the ball to fall, and we missed free throws like crazy. I mean, you look at it. We missed 6 free throws in the first 3 quarters, and you look at how much we lost by.
Yeah.
You got to make free throws, man, and we just got to shoot the ball a little bit better. That's for sure. We'll talk about what the Magic have in store for Boston in Boston coming up here in a little bit with Brandon Kravitz for sure. We both did go to Sabrina's birthday party. Mm-hmm. That was a hoot.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is, I wish I was about 25 years younger.
Why?
Because everyone else was.
Yeah. Jack and I walked in, and everybody looked like somebody called the cops. And it's so funny because you pull on the road she lives in. We're like, I'm wondering where this party is, because every single space that you could put a car in for an entire block was taken, and we still didn't know where it was. But just 1 second outside of your vehicle would tell you, because the karaoke with the word MF was coming from one particular residence. Yeah. It was actually fun as hell.
Did you get in the pool? Did you get in the pool?
The funny thing is
why not?
Because I was only going to be there for a few minutes. I had dropped by to say hey, pay my respects, because I love Sabby. She's the greatest. She helps us out so much.
Shh, if she's listening, be quiet.
I don't think she's up.
Okay.
I saw my girl at 1, and how I saw her at 1 would lead me to believe that she's not up right now, much less at 5 o'clock that afternoon. But a great crowd. Obviously, she has tons of adoring friends. and we were having a blast for sure. I did want to cannonball that pool really bad, though.
I bet.
It was hot.
Yeah, it was very hot.
Jack, did you get in the pool?
No.
Did you show him how it's done?
No, God,
Come
no.
on.
No.
Jack and I actually pulled up at the same exact time.
Oh.
So we walked in at the same exact time.
Oh. They thought, oh, there's 2 bears.
Yeah, hence the cops, right? Yeah, or the bears,
Or
right?
the bears.
Or they thought it was like ice.
Look, an older couple.
Right. We saw Amber and thought maybe there's a chance we could get scored. That's a Cuban name, by the way. Anyway,
okay.
but yeah, man, it was a lot of fun, and she does have a lot of cool friends. I recognize some people. We saw Fritzy there.
Oh, cool.
Saw Sean Watson there and his beautiful girlfriend. Got to hang out with him for a little bit, which is kind of cool. I rarely get to see Sean, so anytime we get to kind of hang out and talk a little bit, it's actually great, you know.
And she had a seafood boil, too.
Oh, man. We were there right when they spilled that stuff out. People are tripping balls. And they were over there, too, man. They surrounded like ants. They gathered around the table and started munching. They were doing karaoke. It was a good-ass party, man. She's got a little party scene in that backyard, too,
Oh,
by
yeah?
the way. Oh, yeah.
Perfect spot for a throwdown.
Oh, little tiki bar there.
Nice.
Every space that thing was taken.
I believe that was the home of a friend of hers.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, so that's not where she lives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
She didn't want you to know where she lives.
Oh, well, I feel bad raffling through that top drawer then.
Yeah.
Just put it back when you go back.
Yeah, sure. Pretty good time there. How about you this weekend?
I celebrated my future father-in-law's birthday yesterday, even though it's today. Happy birthday, Bill Carson. So went to Whiskey Kitchen and
Nice.
hung out with.
Oh, you love that spot.
I do. I love the food, and it's easy when you have people who have to travel back to Volusia County while we're staying in Lake.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Checked out the Blueberry Festival.
Nice.
You know, just
Good-
a few
good crowd for
thousand.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
And with Bike Fest right down the road in
Yeah.
Leesburg, it was one motorcycle after
Yeah.
another this weekend.
Yeah, I noticed that out on the roads out that way. It was pretty crowded.
Crazy, yeah.
The traffic has gotten predominantly bad out there. Yeah.
It's-
This weekend was obviously because there are two big events happening on either side of where I am.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were the cream in that Oreo traffic mess.
Yeah, we certainly were.
But yeah, still a good time.
Yeah, exactly. And just hot.
Yeah, it was very hot. It really was. That's the one thing. Like, it wasn't as humid as it normally is, but it was really kind of arid hot.
Yeah, it's just like how it feels
Yeah.
out there now. I know.
Thank God we
thankfully.
get that rain to calm it down, though.
What you saw those 10 drops we got yesterday?
I didn't even see anything.
Oh,
There's
we
no
got
rain.
10 drops.
And there's no rain in the forecast for another 11 days.
Not that
Today there is
20-30% chance.
Yeah,
that
if you're
coverage.
outside, like the beaches aren't going to get anything, but out in Lake and Marion, Sumter may get something tonight.
Let's see what happens.
What do you know? What do you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. You called last blast before it was last blast.
Oh, no, I
Let me
did
get
not.
back to my
This is
cheese.
This is the 1 year I got it right. Oh, and by the way, speaking of the cheese.
Oh, it's so good. I'm almost done with it.
All right, so was it last week or the week before?
It was last week. I think it was like Friday.
Yeah,
You're so bad.
Last I know, but it's
isn't
terrible.
he? Dude, it
So-
was like Friday.
So
I
last
think it was Thursday.
Last week
okay.
we started talking about food, and somehow we got on this apple pie with a slice of cheddar cheese on it. Where did that even come from, by the way? How did the conversation even get engulfed by that? Do you
I
guys
mentioned
remember?
it.
You guys are so bad at
That
this.
mentioned it. I don't know. I had a flashback because I was agog when I
Yeah.
first heard about it on the file years ago.
Right.
I think it's one of the grossest.
So
things
we,
ever.
the heat we got from that was beyond reproach. It was you cannot.
Sweet Angela.
You cannot even believe how many texts and how much interaction we get about the apple pie cheddar cheese thing. The whole thing is you get a slice of apple pie, you put a big slab of extra sharp cheddar cheese on it, and it's supposed to be an amazing combo. And, I like new things. I love food. So I took it upon myself today to bring in a mini apple pie and a block of Cracker Barrel extra sharp.
The block is almost gone.
Extra sharp cheese. And we went to the microwave in the kitchen together. I cut a piece of pie and I put 2 slabs, 1/4-inch slabs of this cheese to make sure I got the balance right.
Well, but then you nuked it for like a minute and a half
Well.
and melted the pie and the cheese and the plate.
Well, the microwave there is brutal. I don't know what setting is that on, sun?
No, like all microwaves, it's on high.
No, so it's like 30. It's on 30 seconds, and it melted a block of cheese. Like at my microwave at the house, that just loosens it up after 30 minutes. Mine's tired. My microwave is very tired.
Yeah, not this one.
But Jack has video. I'm not going to post the reaction yet. I'm not going to tell you how it was. I'm not going to tell you how I thought about it. We shot video of it. Jack will be editing that down, and we'll put it online this week, I think.
I'm still waiting.
And Jack shaved, so if you're on the YouTube channel,
I know.
and you see a weirdo in the studios, it's not a weirdo.
Not a weirdo.
It's just old clean face Jack.
Don't you think he looks a lot younger?
Well, it's the funny thing is his hair.
I know.
It's the hair with the no beard now makes it way different.
You know what it is?
It does make it way different,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not sure Jack likes it.
yeah.
The weirdest part, though, is that the only gray he has is in his beard.
Is in his beard.
There's just a few random strands in his hair, but without the beard.
I call those highlights.
Yeah.
We all do, Jack, until we have our hair appointments.
Yeah, I know when women get to be about 45 or 50, they hunt for those things. They hunt for those random grays because they don't want any evidence there's in there, and women will get them. They won't gray like we do. Like we wake up one morning, all of a sudden we're Colonel Sanders.
Right.
It's women will get that one real thick, gnarly gray hair. Oh God!
Wait till the gray eyebrows grow in. You want to talk about attack?
Oh really?
Oh
yeah. I get curly ones. Their tail look like fish hooks coming out of my face. I get
Fish
those
hook Colbert.
I get those fish hook eyebrows. Like ting,
Nice.
Play with them. All right, 407-916-1041. We have a lot to talk about today. Actually, I saw something online today that was kind of interesting. What phrase did you hear that stuck with you for your entire life? What phrase have you heard in your life that stuck with you? I'll start it off. It's easy peasy for me.
I thought it was easy peasy.
Yeah, no. Easy peasy for me. I think about this all the time, and it's my old man told me, don't do double work. In other words, do it right the first time so you don't have to do it right again. And that, I think he said that to me when I was 6 or 7 years old, and it was like he said it to me yesterday. That has stuck with me for my entire life.
Measure once, measure twice, cut once.
Right.
I had a guy was an old guy came into the bar. He used to always say the same thing, and I use it and I repeat it to my kids all the time. Do your best, never give up.
That's right.
He would always say, never give up. Never
Do your
give
best,
up.
never give
So
up.
I say,
Never
do
give
your
up.
best, never give up.
That's right. So those things stuck with me. So throughout the texting service today and on our talkbacks, if you want to use that as a booster to call in, you can certainly do that. But what phrase did you hear at any point in your life? By the way, it doesn't have to be young or whatever. I just happen to hear mine young that stuck with you forever. Plus, we have, let's see what we have here. Have you guys heard about this story about the Altamont HOA that had to pay to get a homeless encampment moved off their property?
No.
Yeah, I got that story coming up a little bit later. We're going to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's making news today. European countries are taking action on bad tourists. I'll tell you which bad tourists they're talking about.
Get them.
Hint, hint. There are toilet seats in the water. I'll tell you why. And then Pepsi also has a warning for us a little bit later. I'll tell you that as well. What do you have first for news, Deb?
Well, for news, we're going to talk about an AI company trying to get a wrongful death lawsuit dismissed. The resentencing has begun for the men convicted of 2004's Xbox murders, and the most gambling-addicted state is... We'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
You got it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Don't forget, your 3 o'clock keyword is fun, F-U-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show and Deb's News.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off. Free UPS shipping and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Rebath.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Right now during the Jeep Celebration event, well-qualified current FCA lessees get a low mileage lease on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Laredo 4x2 for $369 a month for 36 months with $3,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease to qualify. Extra charge for miles over 30,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 4:30. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Ozempic, but in a pill? Yep, it's oral semaglutide, now available from Future Health. It's the same active ingredient as Ozempic without painful injections. Go to futurehealth.com for easy access to oral semaglutide, Ozempic, and Zepbound for $3 a day. No insurance needed. People are raving because they're losing 10 pounds in their first month. Visit futurehealth.com, future without the E, to start losing weight this week.
Future Health Weight Loss.
Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
There's no substitute for the peace of mind you get with the technology leaders SafeTouch Security, whether you're home or away from home. And right now, for a limited time, SafeTouch is offering 50% off select security packages. Every SafeTouch system comes with 24/7 monitoring, a 45-second response time guarantee, and professional installation. And get ultimate control and convenience with the SafeTouch app. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-2049.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Easy Cater is the smarter, simpler way to order food for your workplace. With easy online ordering, search filters for budget, dietary needs, and more. Save your favorite restaurants and favorite orders for easy reordering. Save time with group ordering. You send a link, your team orders what they want. Plus, Easy Cater makes expense reporting a snap with all your receipts in one place. Easy Cater. More than just a way to order catering for work, it's your business tool for food. Order now at easycater.com.
Roundup Dual Action products rock like a hardcore metal band. This stuff kills existing weeds down to the root, and for an encore, keeps them from coming back for up to 4 months. That's a non-stop 16-week tour of killing and preventing weeds in all the famous outdoor venues, the patio, the driveway, the mulch bed, even along the fence. When it comes to your hardscapes and landscapes, the stuff puts on a show. Roundup Dual Action products kill and prevent weeds for up to 4 months. This stuff rocks. This stuff works. When used as directed, always read and follow pesticide label directions.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a Farah fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
tariffs and your money? Well, we just offered our thoughts on the most recent episode of the How to Money podcast.
Let's say you do live in a state that gives you a tax break on $529. That's great, but don't invest those dollars once you put them in.
We're all about investing in a 529 plan. Typically, right, you want that tax advantage money to grow. But as you get close to needing to spend the money, de-risking is crucial.
In uncertain financial times, How to Money is here to help. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
What it do, Colbert Crew? You know who? Your favorite tea back in Melbourne. I had some work to do. Anyway, today we raised beer to National Superhero Day. I'm sorry, I've been waiting for a minute to take a sip of beer.
I got it.
I've already got Batman tattooed on my leg and Deadpool. Now, what are y'all's favorite superheroes? Have a good show, y'all.
I want to see that movie. I want to see Dadpool. I may be Dadpool. I don't know. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1. Your 3 o'clock keyword is fun, F-U-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Fun, guys. That is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there. Let's get some news. Here's Deb.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, has this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
And as always, JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, hate starting it off with sad news, but a 16-year-old student has died after being hit by a car near Oak Ridge High School in Orlando this morning. The deadly crash happened just off campus around 8 o'clock this morning, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. The girl's name, as of last check, has not been released by authorities. The driver did remain at the scene. Their car was towed off. An investigation is still underway.
Wow.
Apparently crossing the street, not in a crosswalk.
Yeah.
All right. It was also deadly on the Florida Turnpike last night, where 5 people were killed and several others seriously injured after a van crash. The crash happened around 7:38, shutting down all northbound lanes, forcing traffic onto the shoulders. As emergency crews responded, multiple victims were airlifted to area hospitals. I think they had like 4 different rescue helicopters on scene at that crash last night. Authorities say the crash involved a Ford E350 van, and they think a tire blowout may have led the van to flip and then end up landing in a ditch.
Wow.
Drivers were urged to avoid the area overnight as crews worked to clear the scene, because as you can imagine, any death on the roads closes the roads down for an hour. 5 people.
Yeah.
And then all those helicopters having to come in and out.
Wow, man.
All right. Tragedy on the water in Clearwater after a private boat slammed into a recreational ferry with over 40 people on board, resulting in 1 death and multiple injuries. Here's a 911 call from the incident.
Sir, I'm at the scene of this mass casualty. I'm with PD, and we need to get in touch with the Coast Guard ASAP.
Officials declared the crash a mass casualty incident with 6 people listed as trauma alerts and 2 airlifted to local hospitals. Authorities say the boat fled the scene, but has since been tracked down. The Coast Guard and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission are investigating. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see the video, but it's as if somehow the driver of this speedboat didn't see this huge ferry right in front of him, because there was no braking, there was no slowing down. This boat hit the back of the ferry and almost ended up on top of it.
Wow,
how they were able to get them away and then just flee the scene, but 1 person died right there on the ferry after they removed the boat and then removed the other 45 passengers.
Heard the story, did not see the video. I'm actually bringing it up right now.
Yeah, it's gnarly, because you're like, how did you not see the ferry?
Oh, my God.
Right? How do you not see the ferry? So,
goodness gracious.
All right. The student union at Florida State University has reopened today following the deadly campus shooting. FSU President Richard McCullough announced on Saturday that the student union will be open from 3 o'clock today until 5, so just about 25 minutes. McCullough says numerous seniors have requested a strong desire for the student union to be open for their last week at FSU. Did you spend a lot of time at the student union at UCF, Jack?
That would be no.
Yeah, same here. No, didn't really use it very much.
Oh, that's
Went
where
there
I-
for class and left. I didn't really do anything in this. I didn't do anything extracurricular on
I
it.
thought you meant you went to the student union
Yeah.
for class.
No, and occasionally now it's like where all the food places are.
I was
so
going to say, that's where I depleted my meal plan.
yeah, so that it would be going there for that, but I was basically commuting to the school, so there wasn't a lot of time in the student union.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, that's right. So, well, I'm surprised. A lot of students, it's part of that student
Oh, yeah.
experience, and
Yeah.
they want to have it again before they end up having to leave and graduate and start adulting.
Yeah, if I was on campus resident, I would definitely have been there more.
All the time. The resentencing trial of two men convicted in the so-called Xbox murders began this morning. The case gained national attention as the deadliest mass murder in Volusia County's history for the murders of 6 roommates and a dog in an argument over an Xbox game in Deltona 20 years ago. Have you guys seen the pictures of Troy Victorino and Jerron Hunter?
No.
Today, sitting in court, it's hard to believe it's been 20 years, and yet you can see it on those guys' faces. After opening arguments, a crime scene investigator evaluated the fingerprint evidence.
Were there numerous latent prints lifted from the Telford home?
Yes.
Did you examine them?
Yes.
Is it fair to say that the majority of those prints were identified with the victims who were murdered in the home?
Yes.
Again, a jury is considering the death penalty against Troy Victorino and Jerron Hunter. Their original death sentence was overturned due to a change in state law, so the sentences needed to be revisited. Here we go again. Michael Salas and Robert Cannon got life sentences.
Yes.
All right, a sign that we are in new times. An AI company is trying to get a wrongful death lawsuit filed by a Central Florida mother dismissed. Megan Garcia claims her 14-year-old son died by suicide after he got addicted to a chatbot app called Character.ai. Garcia alleges the chatbot emotionally abused her son, exposed him to sexually explicit material. The company, though, Character Technologies Incorporated, is denying any wrongdoing. They're asking a federal judge to dismiss the lawsuit.
This is a precedent case,
Isn't
I
it?
think. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is definitely what this is going to be. I think we'd scheduled to talk to Ray a little bit about this later.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, this is...
Yeah. This is a really interesting case. One of the first I think I've ever heard of this in regards to AI being accused of being responsible for causing a death.
Exactly.
Right,
So it's
right.
going to be real interesting what happens. I'm sure a lot of AI companies are paying attention to that case as well. All right, law enforcement and community officials are warning people to be aware of an expected increase in human trafficking ahead of the Miami Grand Prix. Sunny Isles Beach Mayor Larissa Svechin says these people prey on innocent teens on social media.
They just all want to be famous, and they all want to feel important. And these people that are targeting them know exactly how to do that.
Yeah, she says they try to lure them to homes where they supply them with drugs and alcohol before kidnapping, exposing them to sex tourism. Hey, you want to ride on this really cool boat?
Right.
Or
This happens during the Super Bowl a lot too. Anytime there's a Super Bowl, they get extra people ready because they know that they're going to be shipping in people to provide services for the ones who can afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the ones who have no soul.
And the ones who have no soul, and those who don't even know that they're being
Right,
victimized
right,
because you
right.
think you're just the cute one they picked out of the
Sure.
crowd. These situations, like Jimmy just said, always increase in cities hosting big sporting events. Florida, what do you think be in the country when it comes to human trafficking? Where is Florida?
I think we have to be high up there.
2?
Let's see, California, Texas. I'll go 5.
Points Jack, 3rd.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Florida ranks 3rd in the nation behind. You had the other two, Jimmy, California and Texas.
Yeah.
All right, Florida lawmakers are moving closer to passing a bill regulating dangerous dogs. House Bill 539 mandates the impounding of dogs that have injured or killed someone and requires the owners of dangerous dogs to obtain $100,000 in liability insurance. The bill also includes provisions for notifying owners and microchipping the aggressive dogs. Passed unanimously by the Florida House, a similar measure is now under consideration in the Senate.
Wow.
Good luck trying to get that. I mean, with all the other
Right,
insurance woes we have in this state,
Yeah.
when it comes to property insurance.
Yeah.
All right, and from aggressive to sublime, lawmakers in Florida are also considering a proposal to swap the northern mockingbird for the American flamingo as the official state bird. The northern mockingbird has held that title since what year here in Florida?
61.
Jack?
45.
1927.
Damn. Good job, Jack's 2 for 2.
But also represents several other states. So the bill would also recognize the Florida scrub jay, a species unique to the state, as the official state songbird. The measure has now cleared 2 committees unanimously and would take effect July 1st if fully approved.
Right.
Do not make Marion Hammer angry.
That's right. Yeah, please don't.
Don't, please. She's going to go after the birds.
They should, if it wins, they should play no scrubs.
No, it should be the scrub.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, Miami Beach police have arrested a second suspect in connection with the theft of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's purse. Christian Sanzana appeared in bond court today. What an idiot.
He's charged with possession of a stolen or fictitious driver's license.
Yeah, the stupidity goes on. Jimmy, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
So Judge Mindy Glazer says, yes, Sanzana had a fictitious California ID card, set bond at $2,500. Corrections officials say he also, he's also got an immigration hold.
Yeah.
Police over the weekend arrested the first suspect in connection with the theft, Chilean national Mario Leyva. Both suspects are reportedly in the country illegally. Way to keep your nose down.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
How dumb.
Of all the purses.
Exactly.
Where did they get this? Where did this happen?
In a restaurant.
Yeah.
They literally
Her
picked
purse-
up her bag and just walked right out.
It was under her chair.
Yeah.
And they literally walked up and just took it. It's a Gucci purse, though. And you have to understand, when you have those kind of bags out there, you don't even have to have anything valuable inside the bag. I mean, the bag's
itself.
bag's $7,000 or whatever it is.
Until they opened that bag and went, no.
Wrong one.
Wah, wah. Well, it was eventually going to happen, and a burn ban is now in effect for unincorporated parts of Osceola County due to rising drought conditions. Officials said the ban, which took effect Sunday, prohibits outdoor burning, fire pits, campfires, yard debris. Can't do it. The county's Keach-Byram Drought Index has climbed above 500, prompting the action. Code enforcement, law enforcement, and emergency services will handle enforcement, and the ban's going to remain until conditions improve. Several other, if not most, other Central Florida counties have already issued similar bans.
Yeah, I was working in my yard this weekend with a tractor, and all the stuff that we load out, we go down to the bottom of the property. We have a burn pit down there. We burn it all up and stuff. And, man, it's just getting higher and higher and higher, and there's no relief in sight so that we're going to be able to burn that anytime soon.
No, but when you do, damn, what a bonfire.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be crazy.
But the irony, if it rains enough where they lift the burn ban, all that stuff's going to be wet for a long time.
I know, yeah. We'll just do our best. That's what gas is for, Jack.
Speaking of gas, new congestion relief lanes are now open on a busy stretch on I-4, helping you save gas in Osceola and Polk counties. These things always make me nervous. Transportation officials say the extra lanes between US 27 and Rural Drive will help reduce traffic. The lanes opened this morning, which is 8 months. Again, 8 months ahead of schedule.
Wow.
Nice.
But have you guys driven on the new way that Sand Lake Road has been configured since all of that construction?
The crisscross? Yeah, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Is it good?
Is it terrifying?
It's not, once you are familiar with it, it's okay.
Right.
But it's that intersection at Turkey Lake and Sand Lake and then under I-4.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
It is. But I matter of fact, I'll be doing it again tomorrow, and you get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like...
It's not intuitive for people who aren't used to that. So when you were there, and at night it'd probably be worse because there's still the construction cones all around.
Right.
You are actually crossing over, and then the oncoming traffic is now on the opposite side of you.
In an area where nobody knows how to drive already because it's full of tourists down there.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember that interchange because, like, on the local news for several days, they've had tutorials. This is how you enter the intersection. This is how you're going to proceed forward. So, knowing this is such a hugely busy area of I-4, it just takes one small accident to back everything up.
This is the number you call when you get run over.
That exit ramp for Sand Lake off of I-4 is miles long.
Yeah.
And it's not uncommon for the cars to still be on the highway,
right,
filling up that entire ramp.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I missed it once, and that's a mistake because then you have to drive all the way down to SeaWorld to turn around.
No.
And if you don't know that you're exiting, and the exit's like literally, like Jack said, 3/4 of a mile before the actual road.
Right.
You know, if you miss that, you're donezo. Just drive right into the ocean.
Yeah, go to Tampa.
Yeah.
Don't even bother. All right, SpaceX successfully launched 23 Starlink satellites last night aboard a
thank
Falcon 9
goodness.
rocket. Yeah, I know, because there's so few, right?
I was worried.
From Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, the mission included 13 satellites equipped with direct-to-cell technology, allowing smartphones to connect directly to satellites instead of cell towers. The launch took place at 10:09 p.m. with backup windows available into early this morning. SpaceX streamed the launch live on its website and on the XTV app.
Boom.
And then finally, I don't even know why we're going to ask this because you both are going to get it right off rip. Which state's residents are the most gambling addicted in the country?
Florida or Vegas?
I mean, you'd think it'd have to be Nevada.
Jimmy got it.
Yeah, you'd have to think it'd be Nevada.
Yeah,
so
I
the
know.
residents.
People move out there to gamble. That's
Nevada
wild.
residents are the most gambling addicted in the entire country.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
A new report by Wallet Hub compares all 50 states based on metrics like the number of casinos, adults with gambling disorders. Utah and Alaska are first and second for low gambling addictions. Now, I would have thought Alaska was higher because you have loggers, oil field workers, a lot of money, not a lot of stuff to do.
But what are they going to gamble on?
Apps, right?
Yeah, I guess maybe, but I mean,
I was sitting at the Magic game last night, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, I forgot about this. Third quarter, I bring it up, and you can bet on individual players how many points they'll score. I mean, you have in-game parlays, and that's how they get you. Because
that's how they get you. It has nothing to do with the addiction.
No.
That's how it happens.
Well, no, this only fuels that addiction because it's not like in the old days, the game started, you're done.
Right. Your bet is already made.
But this, with computers and adjusting stats and stuff, you can keep betting because they just keep adjusting the odds based on, Franz Wagner just hit a 3.
Right.
So they just quickly adjusted his point total, so the odds just changed. And it's like, I should have made the bet.
Well, what's crazy is I don't know if you guys will be able to pick out the state that came in second for most addicted. For me, I was like, really?
New Jersey.
Mississippi.
New Jersey, actually, Jack, your home state comes in at number 16.
All right. I don't know if that's good.
I'll go Mississippi or Louisiana.
Let's see. Louisiana ranks number 6.
Okay.
I'll go California.
California? Nope. Hang a second.
All right.
South Dakota.
Oh, what? Well, they got nothing else to do. I mean, it's either go to Mount Rushmore or, get hammered drunk, pass out face down in your house.
I was surprised South Dakota. I would have thought Florida ranked up there higher. We're actually even behind. We're number 40.
Yeah.
Which I would have thought we were a lot worse than that.
But I mean,
we only have one app.
Yeah.
Every other state has all the apps.
And we just started collecting numbers.
There you
can bet your ass we're going to rise.
Give
soon.
us time.
Yeah.
Give us time, right?
Keep in mind, our state might decide not to share those numbers.
You're probably late.
And
right.
it sounds like that's a per capita thing, to be honest with you. More than likely, that probably is, right? We're the second or third most populated state in America.
Yeah.
So I think maybe per capita, we're in trouble because you think about South Dakota, I think it has, 1.5 million people in the entire state? It probably has to be per capita, I bet.
So in other words, you're saying Florida still has a chance.
Oh, yeah, we still got a chance. Yeah, we're still good.
And that concludes your JCS News.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Got about, 10 minutes or so to get over to realradio.fm and send off your keyword fun, F-U-N. Go to realradio.fm, send that away for your chance at $1,000.
What was that?
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey,
Central Florida, and happy Monday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and today we are finally ushering in the return of a few rain chances. For today, we're only going to be expecting around a 30 to 40% chance of rain, but still, we will take whatever we can get. Certainly not drought-busting rain, but we will be expecting some afternoon downpours and a couple of thunderstorms. These will last through much of the evening. Temperature-wise, we're going to be climbing into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
We all love living in the Sunshine State, but that intense sunshine can do a number on your old windows and doors. Replace them with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. One reason is longevity. Unlike traditional vinyl, Renewal by Andersen's Fibrex material doesn't warp, crack, or degrade over time, meaning your windows and doors are going to last a lot longer. JK says, love Renewal by Andersen, always professional, deliver as promised, and have such beautiful products. Take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 1 month only sale, $300 off all windows, $825 off patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus offer, first 50 callers get a free True Scene screen upgrade. Call Renewal by Andersen today for your free design consultation. It's simple. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. That's pound 250. Say the keyword best windows and be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France radio message. Craving an unforgettable destination where culture, history, architecture, romance, and the excellence of French gastronomy all meet? With Air France, Paris and all its delights have never been closer. From May 21st, make the most of our new Orlando International Airport nonstop flights to Paris. Elegance is a journey. Air France. See conditions on airfrance.us.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you 62 or older and wondering if a reverse mortgage can help you access the equity in your home? It's so easy to get a free reverse mortgage quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just fill out the online questionnaire at thatmortgageguyDon.com, or you can make an office appointment to meet in person at 1401 Town Plaza Court, Winter Springs, Florida. Happy Home Mortgage. NMLS ID 2418348.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here, and I've got great news. The Filatowski Eye Institute is now offering a free LASIK exam to see if you're a candidate, plus $500 off each eye when you elect a procedure. That's $1,000 off your surgery, but it's for a limited time only. Ditch those glasses because this offer won't last. Simply dial pound 250 and say Better Vision. That way you can schedule your appointment today. That's pound 250 and say Better Vision. The Filatowski Eye Institute, trusted, local, life-changing.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you. By comparing and finding the best rates, you could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature. It's like a car radio right on the app. There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts. I love it.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, JC and gang. I had a teacher once. Somebody was upset in class and they said, "Hey, relax. It's no big boogie." And I thought, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. But I've also never forgot it. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, buddy.
My uncle used to always say, if you're going to be dumb, you better be tough.
Yeah.
And the other one that kind of always stuck with me, which is very simple, is just don't mess up a good thing.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, the one that stuck with me all my life was, stop crying or I'm going to give you something to cry about.
Oh, heard that?
Obviously, I already have something to cry about. But yeah, my mom was kind of a hitter. Yeah, but most of the time I probably deserved it too. So, yeah, but that's the one that stuck with me.
My mom's kind of a hitter.
Phrase I remember, this hurts me more than it hurts you.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's crying?
Never evidence for that.
Yeah.
They never provided evidence for that because I have to tell you, it looked like it hurt me a lot worse. I'm going to be honest with you. It never came through. I studied it and studied it, and every time I came back to the same conclusion. This definitely hurt me more. Man, I got my ass tore up quite a bit when I was a kid. God damn,
But as a
I
parent,
was such a nightmare.
as a parent, though, that really is true.
Well, kind of.
Not every time?
Well, no. I mean, when I spanked my kids a couple of times. It wasn't like crazy, but just when I here's the thing.
You didn't give them that 70s upbringing?
No. You have to get their attention. And I found that did a great job.
Yes.
Yeah, that will get your attention. Like, and you would smack them and say, "I need you to pay attention." And they would be trembling. Like, okay, listen, come on, man. This is the reason this is happening. Do you understand? Right? There's a consequence here for these stupid actions of yours. You got to pay attention. So anyway, they don't talk to him anymore.
Which kid was the biggest problem?
Oh, wait.
That's a great question.
How about you, Jack?
Wow,
Oh,
man.
the middle one, definitely.
Is it the middle one
Oh,
for you?
yeah.
I have 4.
Yeah.
Gosh, dog. I don't know. That third one. That third one has been a fit for a little bit. And I have 3 girls and a boy, and definitely one of them girls. My boy actually was pretty darn good through school. I didn't have any problem. He was the one who threw the big party, though. That's when things changed for us.
Oh.
Yeah. That's when he ended. That's when he met. That's fear of Jesus stuff.
Oh, that is.
Oh, yeah. You have to explain.
Well.
Sometimes explaining with your mouth doesn't work. Sometimes you have to explain other ways.
Yep.
And then they understand that language, and then you move on to the word stuff again.
We were raised that way.
Exactly. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Fun is your 3 o'clock keyword, F-U-N. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Boozy Brunch tickets still on sale. Grab them now. realradio.fm/brunch. We were actually just talking today before the show about how everything's going to go down and all the prizes we have to divvy out. Trivia from Sarah from Feisty Trivia. We have Burlesque from the guys over at Corsets and Cuties. Plus, we're also going to do some games. Tons of prizes, Metallica tickets, AC/DC tickets, Rockville tickets, plus tons of other stuff, cigar packages. It is going to be a blast. Grab your tickets now.
So, just to clarify on the tickets and some of the prizing available, besides the cigars and limited edition, one-of-a-kind prototype Jim Colbert Show merch, we will have tickets to Welcome to Rockville, AC/DC, Toto with Men at Work and Christopher Cross, Metallica, Glass Animals, Orlando Pride, and Orlando City Soccer, Dirk Bentley, Little Big Town, and Styx.
Styx. Wow. Wow. Good God,
Who's bringing the back belt
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
lift all of the prizes?
Well, actually, I'm bringing pieces of paper with that written on it.
Yeah. That's going to be nice.
We do it all electronically now.
It's going to be fun. We did these before back in the day, before the pandemic, and they were always a giant hit, and everybody enjoyed them. Actually, talking to James the other day, last Friday for that interview, kind of after that break, we went to break, and I was talking to her about some of the things that happened at our last one. We were both laughing our asses off because people just don't expect some of the stuff. You're sitting there enjoying yourself, and all of a sudden somebody comes out and they're dancing, and it gets loose. It's fun,
Right,
So
exactly.
Again,
I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. 18 or 19 was the last one we did because
Wow.
once the pandemic hit, nobody was doing anything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So again, that's realradio.fm/brunch. Grab your tickets now. Going to be a blast at the Osprey, which is downtown Baldwin.
Oh yeah. Plus, really, really awesome food.
Yeah.
Oh, and Bam will be there as well.
Oh, Willie.
Oh,
Yeah. Nice. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced their inductees today. The thing is, I get a little. Are you guys bored with the Hall of Fame thing? Do you think that they've allowed people that are outside of the rock genre so much to the point now where nobody pays attention to it because like there's a like Outkast.
Yeah, that's not my problem with them. And they do, yes, and Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
There's a long list of them letting in people where people argue that's not rock and roll, right? They also, though, will enter some, but not when you compare and see who has not been on the list or who didn't make the cut.
Right.
And for me, I think a perfect example is Kate Bush. With all due respect, great song, had resurgence because of Stranger Things. But if that's not the reason she is in the Rock and Roll Hall, you can't tell me that's not the reason.
Yeah, it's exactly
for that
the reason,
one
right.
song. And then you have people with whole catalogs of work that have not been included. That's when I'm like, when you look at it comparatively between the haves and the have-nots, that's my problem with them.
And I will say, and you make a perfect point, considering the fact that Joe Cocker and Bad Company aren't in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, you consider they're not, and then they're considered up against Outkast, Soundgarden, and White Stripes and Cyndi Lauper. And again, Cyndi Lauper should already be in the Hall of Fame.
And then I heard this on the Monsters today with the fan vote because Fish was, just crushed it with the fan vote.
Yeah, because they're going to...
The entirety of the fan vote counts as one vote
Not
amongst 1,200 voting. So it's like one of 1,200 is the entirety of all of that fan vote that they had.
That's
And
insane.
It's like, why even do
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
That's a joke.
Yeah, and you knew it was. I mean, they're going to motivate their fan base to vote for them, so you know that's going to get passed at all times. Here's my thing: like, what's wrong with having like a R&B Hall of Fame or a hip hop Hall of Fame, or country music has a Hall of Fame. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, would Outkast make it into the? Would Limp Bizkit make it into the hip hop Hall of Fame?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because they rap.
Yeah,
Would Linkin Park make it into the hip hop Hall of Fame? I mean, isn't that a fair way to think about it, though? I mean, that is right. I mean, but you could also see Hall & Oates make it into the R&B Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
you could see bands that are really on that kind of weird thing where they use a hybrid of certain musics to make it into that particular thing. That I just don't think that there is. I mean, I think rock and roll has its own spot, and even some of these pop stars are questionable for me.
While rock is a genre of music, rock and roll is more like an attitude. I don't know. Isn't it more broad?
Yeah, I don't know, buddy. I mean, really? Could Debbie Harry be in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame? She had the very first hip hop song that charted.
Yeah, but I don't think
with Blondie with Rapture.
I don't think that would. I don't think that. Well, I don't know though. That video is pretty groundbreaking as well.
First number one hip hop song, the very first one by White Girl from the Bronx, who is in a punk band basically, because the Blondie was like a punk band back in the day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just kind of, that's a weird thing for me. And I'm not dogging Outkast. I think they're an amazing band.
I was going to say, you better not.
But that's not rock and roll. I mean, it's not really,
right.
It's the attitude of rock and roll. I got to give Jack that, but it isn't rock and roll. I mean, that's not.
Just like Fish.
Like, yeah.
You couldn't get further away from rock and roll than Fish.
Well, Fish is kind of a jam band.
Well, they're a jam band, but I mean, if you're a purist for rock and roll, I mean.
Why wouldn't they be rock and roll? Fish is not a problem to me, but as much rock and roll as Grateful Dead is.
Yeah, the fish thing I could deal with, but like the Brian Setzer Orchestra.
What?
No, the guy from Stray Cats went on to have a big
no.
50s band kind of orchestra then. But that is rock. I mean, it is kind of rock and roll, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, Bad Company, Chubby Checker.
Did I mention Dolly Parton?
Joe Cocker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. All being all up for being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So we'll see what happens there. And I got to tell you, if Joe Cocker doesn't make it in, I don't know if anybody doesn't.
I know, that's incredible.
Joe Cocker's a monster. Bad Company is a monster.
I thought they already reduced the list.
Yeah, that's it right there, right? Isn't it?
Well, I know Fish isn't getting in because that fan vote wasn't enough.
Well, they had the most fan votes, but it doesn't count
for that much.
as it should.
Because they said Fish and Dave Matthews are the to earn fan kudos, but not inducted in the same year.
Yeah.
So Fish did not make it in, and neither did Dave Matthews in the first year, even with the fan vote being overwhelming for both of them. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Yeah, the top vote earners were Fish, Bad Company, Billy Idol, Cyndi Lauper, Joe Cocker, Soundgarden, and Chubby Checker. All right, back in 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Don't forget, construction has closed the Beach Line eastbound just east of the Dallas Main Line Toll Plaza. The right lane is closed there. We're slow on eastbound 4 between 417 and 535. Also on westbound 4 between the Beach Line and 535. And we've got remnants of an accident in the I-4 Express lane southbound at East Princeton Street. See traffic troubles? Call the tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Tammy Bennett.
This report is sponsored by Florida Prepaid College Savings Plans. Did you know that by 2031, 72% of all jobs open enrollment is now, and plans start at $29 a month. Start today.
Guys, let me tell you something. If you have a home to sell in Central Florida, or if you are looking to buy a home in Central Florida, there's one company you should consider before you make your move. That is the Nickley Group, thenickley.com. These guys are awesome. Matter of fact, they're one of the biggest realtors in all of Central Florida, selling over 4,500 homes, and on top of that, 4,000 five-star reviews. And look, what you get here is amazing. You get a team of people that know this market better than anybody out there. So if you're buying a home, you are in great shape. These guys are going to be able to curtail a list for you that's going to give you everything you need in that home right in your price range. And if you're selling a home, even better news for you guys, because these guys on average sell their homes for about 6% more than their competitors, and they sell those homes twice as fast. And when you throw in their VIP program, guys, it really becomes crazy. Free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies. They even have a love it or leave it guarantee that if you're not satisfied with your purchase within the first 12 months, they will relist your home for free. They even have an early access program. That's right, access to off-market properties before they even hit the market. And you can get a guaranteed cash offer for your home. If you don't want to deal with any of the real estate stuff, they got you covered there as well. No showings or open houses, and you can close that deal in just 14 days. It's the nickley.com. That's NICKLEY group.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
SolarSource.com. That is your stop, your one-stop shop, whatever you want to do. Go to SolarSource.com when it comes to solar, whether it's heating your pool, whether it's heating the water inside your home, or producing electricity, or maybe it's a battery backup system for saving the electricity you are creating with the sun's energy. SolarSource.com is the place that can do it. They've been doing it for over 40 years in Central Florida, over 60,000 homes. And due to recent storm activity, Solar Source has their first ever bulk order discounts on solar battery systems. Discounts starting at $1,000 off solar battery systems. The Tesla Powerwall offered at the lowest price they've ever had. That is something to check out when you go to SolarSource.com. And when you do go to Solar Source, tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies.
Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your
Ram Truck Month. We're right now at your local Ram dealer. Well-qualified current Chevrolet, Ford, or GMC lessees. Get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x2 for $369 a month for 42 months with $3,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. No turn-in of competitive vehicle required. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 4/30/25.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Does it bother anybody else when people refer to it as 4 and not I-4? I get it, we say 75 and 95 and stuff like that, but 4 is I-4. People from out of state, I've had friends come in and say 4, and it irks me, man.
Hey, about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think Jack hit it right on the head, man. I don't know, like now they kind of see it more of like an attitude and not so much as a genre. That's why I think some of these artists have been inducted and not others, you know? Like Outkast, like, yeah, they have that attitude, like they're just edgy, they're different, you know? That's rock and roll or whatever. But yeah, it's...
What up, guys? Sport from Duval. The best advice I ever got was my grandfather. It's very simple, 3 words, but it has stuck with me forever. Just keep going. That's what he told me. Just keep going. But we got some pretty good advice from you guys, too. I mean, you say some stuff, too. I mean, Deb taught me, don't yuck my yum. That's a good one. Jack's is simple. We're doomed. We love that one. Okay. But nobody's better than Jimmy. Jimmy says this all the time. Yeah, we're moving again.
Green, by the way, is your 4 o'clock keyword. GREEN. That's why I moved to get that green.
Oh.
Go to Turn your phone on, turn it up. They tell you you've won.
Only have to wait an hour.
That's right.
That's it.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Why are... It's now the moving thing has replaced the catfish thing officially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Nobody talks to me about that other thing, which was 35 years ago. I guess it should eventually wear out.
Yeah.
This thing with me buying and selling houses is perplexing people.
Well, because...
just real quick, there are multiple television shows dedicated to what I do. Multiple. It's not like I'm springing this on anybody. All you have to do is go to HGTV and find plethora of shows that deal with people buying houses, moving in, building them up, and then selling them. That's what we do. But yet, for some reason, when I do it, people are fascinated by it. It's the number one thing people talk to me about is buying and selling houses.
Because that's not what you do. It's something you do.
Yeah.
Right? This is what you do.
Yes, 100%.
So it's not like you're not a house flipping show.
No, I'm not, but I do it. What I'm saying is it shouldn't be alien. What do you think makes it so unique, though?
Because I think you don't sell it as like you are flipping a house.
No.
You are moving in. It's not like you're buying a house and fixing it up and then selling it like you have done before.
Yeah, I have
right?
done. It's exactly what I've done.
This is your personal property that you're doing that with.
Yeah, but you got to go ahead.
And I think a lot of people don't move themselves into a situation like that, fix it up, and then move out. They might buy property and do it, but not do it with their own residence.
And that's the thing. I think moving is up there for most people with public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
They'd rather go to hell first.
Yeah. You know what I think it is? On to how they think I should feel about a home. That's exactly what it is. Like when people live in a house for many, many years, Jack has lived in the same house since he moved to Orlando. Mm-hmm. He's never moved. 20 what?
99.
Yeah, so
26 years.
26. Who would think that's kind of odd, have a special connection with a certain property that they live in, and they could never imagine moving out of that property just to make a profit because they look at the house as kind of part of them. I do not look at structures like that. I don't look at a structure as something that's part of me.
Well, you don't look at people that way.
It's a structure. It has nothing to do with that. I don't like the last home that I really cared about per se was my grandmother's house that was bulldozed. I actually kept a couple boards from it just as a reminder of where I came from kind of thing. But I think that's the number one thing. People just think it's so bizarre to move into a house, live there for 3 years with the sole intent of fixing it up to sell it because they project that whole idea of being home onto a piece of property. But I don't look at it like that. And I think that's just so bizarre to some people that they could never imagine, living in 3 or 4 or 5 places in a period of 10 years, which I have. That's what I think's happened. You just project that whole idea that, this is my home. This is where I raise my kids, blah, blah, blah. I mean, a home is a house. It's a structure. It's a building. You raise your kids with your soul and your personality, and you raise your kids with your ethos. The house was just where you did it. It has no bearing on how it turned out. The bedroom that was another bedroom that was another bedroom. It's just where you had those talks with your kids about what they should or shouldn't do in life. It doesn't really matter where it was. That could have happened at a Starbucks.
It could have, but I think some people connect that to those moments.
Yeah, probably so, buddy.
And it could be your kids. And your kids could, long for the house they grew up in if they can remember which one it was.
Well, they grew up in a few of them, Jack. I'm going to be honest with you. The last one we had kids in was the lake house over here. And once we moved into Baldwin is where we, started kind of doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other two that we moved in, we did the one with the kids. I did not plan on moving out of that house. But once you kind of start doing the numbers and, if you have the right attitude, it doesn't really matter. You want to make sure you get the numbers.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're looking at if moving to you is like, hey, we can, it's a financially it makes sense to do this right now because of the economy.
Sure, yeah.
Then you do that. Going into a situation knowing your hobby is going to be fixing up that house, where a lot of people move in the house and see things they want to fix, but they do that because they want to enjoy that, not because they're looking for what the resale value is.
Yeah, my kids only lived in 2 houses. So I only lived on the one
See,
over
that's
there.
not a lot.
Yeah, over by
Yeah.
Code Black, and then the one on the lake. Outside
Yeah.
of that, they were gone. So they only lived in 2 houses. We didn't drag them around a whole bunch because I don't think that's healthy. My wife lived in a bunch of different places when she was young. She moved a bunch. I want to say 12 or 13 times.
But what
by the
about-
time she was in 9th grade?
See,
I'm not kidding. It's that bad too.
It seems like your attitude towards it would lead me to believe that you were someone who never identified with place because you never established those roots in a place or had that connection with the physical place.
Yeah, maybe not. Like I said, my grandmother's house really was the only place I considered like that would be a core structure in my childhood for sure. But as an adult, I didn't really, I mean, I will tell you the one that mattered though. Buying the very first house I bought over in Maitland, that was a really cool place. That one was lost to divorce, but I didn't really want to give up because I really loved that house, loved where it was, and everything like that. So. Anyway, 407-916-1041. Text us at 031. When will you move?
You're moving again.